Thank you so much for choosing to spend your Thursday night with me. Who's here on a school night and this is like a big deal? Me too. Like I'd be in bed normally in like an hour and a half. So thank you for being with me. And tonight is so special for me because this business is a business that I very nearly didn't start. So what I'd love to do is take you back to a moment in time where if it would have played out differently, I would not be here tonight. And I share it with you as a reminder to your own greatness and a reminder to not give up on yourself, even when it feels hard, even when it looks like it's not working, and even when it looks like nobody's listening. So this text message, you can have a little read there. I sent it to one of my girlfriends on the other side of the world, February last year. I want to give up. I've spent a ton on coaching. And when I say coaching, I mean programs and coaches and mentors. I've read all the books and done all the fucking work, but had nothing to show for it. Or so it seemed. There's a few heads nodding. Have we been there before? Where we're like, I've done all the things, but nothing is changing. I'm still in this shithole doing, not that life was a shithole, but I felt like I just couldn't get past a certain point. And so at this point, I had actually shut down all of the other arms of my business and I went all in on She Speaks. And my abundant vision my reality had not caught up to my abundant vision, particularly my bank account. And I said goodbye to decent reoccurring monthly revenue. My husband still doesn't understand why I did that. And hello to my credit cards being declined more than once. And that's exactly what happened when I found myself face down on my shag pile carpet in my living room, having the biggest meltdown of my life. This was May, 1 month before I was to debut She Speaks on the Gold Coast. I think I'd sold like 10 tickets, 11 tickets. I felt like a fraud and I could not see a way out. For a little bit of background, I've been an entrepreneur, a business owner for the past 15 years. And yes, I've had success and my besties will tell me, you're so good at what you do and you're excellent, you're amazing. But I always felt like what I really wanted was just out of reach. I felt like what I really wanted was given to everyone else around me, but I was kind of getting the dregs. And so on this day, I'd had enough. Now, I'm not particularly religious, but I do believe in something. Whether you call it God, Source, Buddha, a pink sparkly unicorn, I don't care. There's something there. There's something there. You pray to whoever you want to pray to, boo. But on that day, I said to whatever this is, and I said, I need you to take my dreams away from me because I can't handle the pain of not being able to bring them to life. It was heavy. So how did I get from ugly crying face down on my living room floor to standing in front of you tonight in a red three-piece glitter suit, no less, celebrating 12 months of the most successful and impactful business that I've ever created. These are all 40. Thank you. Oh, that picture. That's all 40 of the women that have come through She Speaks Academy and my one-day speaker workshop. How did I get here? If I could answer that question, I would be a millionaire. Because it would be really easy right now if I gave you a 3-step strategy to follow. Follow this strategy, hire this coach, read this book, listen to this podcast, do these affirmations. But you know as well as I do that you don't need another thing on your to-do list. Because you're probably doing all the things like I was. What I want to invite you into tonight is thinking about a to-be list. Because who you are being on the way to realizing your dreams is far more important than the action you're taking. How you feel is key. Put your hands in the air if you do affirmations. If you don't, you're not the weirdos. We are, so that's okay. But I don't know about you, but I've been doing them wrong for like 40 years. I was always doing the I am wealthy and I am happy. I can't even speak tonight. Speaking coach that keeps tripping over a word. This is just a reminder that it keeps happening to everybody. I am happy. I am wealthy. I have $100,000 in the bank. I have 10 clients, all the things. But the problem with this is when what you are saying is so far away from your current reality, your conscious mind doesn't let that slide. So when you're saying, I am wealthy, but your credit card's declining, you start hearing things like, well, that's some bullshit, Nicole. Credit cards declining. That doesn't mean wealthy in our books. Happy? Is that why you were on the bathroom floor sobbing before? And those words, they make us feel like shit. So it doesn't matter how powerful the affirmations are or what guru gave them to you. If they are not accompanied by a feel-good emotion, a feel-good frequency, they're not doing squat for you. And at this point, I reached out to my beautiful soul sister, Amy, who's in the audience tonight, and I said to her, affirmations don't work, Amy. I have been doing them more, and she's laughing because this is exactly what I said to her. I've been doing them morning and night, just like you said. I recorded them in my own voice, and I listened to them twice a day. Nothing's changed. And she offered me some advice. Well, actually, Amy, you offered me more advice in the past 12 months than I could ever put into a 10-minute talk on a stage. And I feel like I could screenshot and copy and paste everything that you've ever told me and put it into a book. I feel like actually that would be a really good idea, and we should do that. But what I will share with you tonight are 2 little magical words that Amy shared with me that changed the game for me. And those 2 little words are, I'll get to that in a second. Those 2 little words are what if. Because what if allows us to play in the potentiality and possibility of all that is, which is unlimited. What if invites you up and out of the, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I have a beautiful relationship, into thinking, actually, what would it feel like if I could land 2 new clients? What would it feel like if I could be paid to travel around the world speaking? What would it feel like to be really happy in a solid relationship? You then start to get out of the conscious brain telling you that you're tricking yourself into, actually, cool, I can play around with this. Because what's behind me is the kicker. The universe doesn't hear what you say. It hears how you feel. So you need to do what you need to do to feel good. Because when we're in that potentiality, when we're playing with that possibility, we aren't plugged into fear anymore. We're plugged into faith, and it feels better to be plugged into faith. Life feels better when you think that everything is going to work out for you. Life feels better if you say, I'm the luckiest girl in the world. Life feels better, and this is one of my personal favorites, if you believe the best is yet to come. What if, and this is great for any type A personality recovering hustlers, what if the more you rest, the more you receive? What if the more fun you have, the more money you make? We're starting to feel differently now. And this is not woo-woo, ladies. This is backed up by science. There's a researcher in positive psychology, I'm just going to keep going, here we go, Barbara Fredrickson, and she's got the broaden and build theory, and she talks about those high-level emotions, joy, love, excitement, eagerness. They actually change your brain, and they get you to think differently. You will start to look at things through a new lens. You will start to think differently and see things that you've never seen before, which will allow you to get what you want. Because if you keep focusing on your current reality, you're going to get more of your current reality. I'd love to invite you into focusing on your becoming. The woman that you want to be, the woman that you dream to be, because she will call you up and out of your current reality, and it will have no other choice than to change. What does that sound like? Does that sound like a good thing to do? Focus on your becoming. And the thing is, a really important thing that I needed to do was stop looking at other women and thinking, why her? Why does she get that? And start to shift that question to, how can I? Because when you shift from why her to how I, again, you're opening up new pathways. You're thinking of different things. Because ladies, if she can have it, so can you. If she can build $1 million business, so can you. If she can have a beautiful, loving relationship, so can you. If she can pack up her 3 kids and travel around Australia, why anyone would want to do that is beyond me, but so can you. What is available to her is available to you. These women out there that we look up to and think, well, she's taking it from me, she's got it and I don't. They are holding the door open for you. Don't slam it in their face with spite and jealousy. And the last thing that I want to talk to you about, and this is quite humbling, when we are taking up space out in the world and we're doing the thing and we're showing up, just remind yourself that it's all been said before. When nobody's reinventing the wheel. I guarantee what I'm saying tonight, what the speakers are saying tonight, you will have heard it before, but you will have never heard it told the way that you'll hear it tonight. You will have never heard it carried on their stories. And that is the foundation on which She Speaks is built upon. I believe that our stories are our superpower, and they're not for yours to keep. And when you learn to tell it in the way that only you can, your voice has the power to move mountains. Mark my words, She Speaks will be a global stage. Think TED, but for women. Thank you. And so I have spent the last 9 weeks with 10 incredible women, one of whom, talk about bad luck. She couldn't make it last time because of a health scare, and now she's stuck in the floods in New South Wales and she can't make it up again. So there will be 9 ladies on the stage tonight, and I have spent the last 9 weeks, 8 weeks, it's all a blur. I've spent time with them, helping them to craft their signature talks, help them to get up on this stage with confidence tonight. And as Bree said, it will be professionally recorded, it's being professionally photographed. So this is essentially their launch pad into speaking. Because the louder we are, the more noise we make, the harder we are to ignore. Are you ready to hear from these ladies?